Well, as Sam had said, today is, of course, Africa Day, and there is a host of activities around the country. But one of the events taking place is, of course, the concert that happens annually here at the Bassline. They started last night, and there's another one tonight. To tell us more about this is, of course, Bassline Director Brad. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Give us details about what happened last night.
Well, last night we had Lyra as our headline, and she kind of tore the house down. We've got Della and friends. He's from from Cameroon. We've got Ulufemi, who's from Nigeria, and the show opened with Tangapasi, who's from Zimbabwe. So the object is to sort of give people an array of African artists to come celebrate Africa Day. We have been doing this since 2004, and we've brought artists from all over Africa. It's something that Bassline's very, very proud of, and something that we specialize in is in African music.
Now, you were at Mary Fitzgerald Square for the past couple of years.
Yes.
Why the decision to move it inside Bassline?
Well, we've moved it back into Bassline for this year, and we'll probably take it back out next year, and it's purely funding. Yeah.
Funding from your sponsors, or?
Yeah, it's just funding from people that funded us in the past, and funding's a lot more difficult to get hold of these days, but it's looking pretty good for next year. Yeah.
Talk to us about the mix of African artists. How do you choose which artist then comes to your celebrations?
Well, what we do is we have many partners. One could look at the French Institute, which has been partnering with us since 2004. And we discuss it sort of years in advance, and every year they'll give us somebody that's very, very interesting. And as you can see, they're bringing out a very interesting artist from Niger this evening, who will be collaborating with a South African artist, and that's going to be very, very interesting. And then we've also got our delightful Tandiswa Mazwai, who always rips the audience, and so I think this evening is going to be a fantastic gig. As far as artists are concerned, we're always looking for African artists who are going to be interesting, so we can expose people to stuff that they wouldn't have heard before, and at the same time we'll expose them to people like Tandiswa, who they just adore. So what will happen is you'll come out of this concert being exposed to different African music that's not necessary or commercial.
Talk to us about this year's theme. What is the theme this year?
Well, I wouldn't say that we necessarily have a theme this year. It's more about getting Bassline Africa Day, our brand, keeping the continuity going, and making sure that we bring out as many African artists as possible.
What do you think keeps people coming back to these concerts over the years?
Because I think there's a great market, specifically in Johannesburg, because it's the melting pot of Africa. People come here like people go to New York. And so we have a fantastic diaspora in Johannesburg, and they all live around here. So you've got lots of different communities who've made this place home, and they've got lots of lovely artists who come and perform here.
What other activities are lined up to mark Africa Day apart from the two concerts?
I'm aware that there's an exhibition happening directly across the road, which the City of Johannesburg's doing. And I'm aware that there is a carnival taking place in Yeovil. And as we know, Yeovil has a fantastic diaspora. And I think one really has to thank the City of Johannesburg, who always assist us when we're doing our concerts, and who've always worked with us, and they really play a major part in making it happen.
Brad, what's your message for Africa Day?
Wow. Message for Africa. Love African music. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm addicted to African music, and I will die listening to African music. Yeah, and this is my passion. This is what I love. I think it's about celebrating our diversity, because we're totally diverse and delicious.
All right.
Yeah.
Brad Holmes, thank you so much for talking to us.
Okay.
Brad Holmes is the director of Bassline, talking to us about the two-day concerts that are happening here. There was one last night where Lyra performed, and then tonight as well, there's another concert that's happening. What are the times? What time?
Well, the first doors open at 8 o'clock, and the show starts at 9. Tandiswa is going to be on at about between 11 and 12.
Okay, so there you have it. The show then starts, the doors open at 8 o'clock, show starts at 9 o'clock. Let's take an ad break. Samantha Murray has your sports details after this, and then we'll have a performance from Tangapasi directly after the sports bulletin. Stay with us.